and welcome back to our series of videos. I'm Carrie, one of the co-owners of Grapevine Events, and this is my partner Jenna. And today we're going to talk about what you do next, what you do after you signed up to be a seller in one of our sales. So I'm going to ask Jenna first, what do you do after you signed up?
Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start to get all your things together in one spot for the sale.
Right.
And so the best thing we can say is if you could get some Rubbermaid bins, you're probably going to want those. And if you have a spot in your house where you can start to keep this stuff and store it together, if you've got a spare room or some spare space, you're going to want to make use of that.
Right.
And start keeping everything that you want to put in the sale.
Okay, so how do I know what I can put in the sale?
When you register, you get a list of instructions, and included in that is our accepted items list. And so each sale has a list of items that are going to be allowed, and that's going to change depending on the season and what sale you're in. So if it's a children's sale or a women's sale, there are going to be different things that are allowed. Basically, we follow all safety guidelines. We want everything to be in good quality, and really it's going to be determined by the season as to what's allowed and not allowed. But every specific is going to be in that list. You're going to want to check that list each time because it'll change from sale to sale.
Right. Okay. And then so now I'm got all this stuff. I've collected it. What's the next step?
Well, obviously you're going to have to price everything. So the first thing you're going to need for that, the all-important white cardstock. This is a massive amount of cardstock. You probably do not need to go for the huge pile. You can get 50 sheets in a package, and usually you can get them for about $5, and that'll probably get you through your first sale. And we're going to have a whole other video that's going to tell you exactly how you're going to do your price tags. But the other thing you're going to want to do once you're printing your price tag is you're going to want to have what we call a seller's kit of supplies together.
Okay.
So
Tell us about a seller's kit.
we want to go through, this is my seller's kit we're going to go through. So what you're going to have to do, obviously you're going to need scissors, or you might want to invest in a paper cutter. You can usually get these for, again, a really good deal. I find them so
What
much
do I need
quicker
that?
to cut up your price tags that you're going to print off.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to have your paper, you're going to print off your price tags, you're going to have to cut them up. So paper cutter and scissors is what I use. Some people just do scissors. Then you're going to want to have a one-hole punch because you're going to punch a hole in the top of each of your price tags. Then you're going to need something to attach your price tags with once you have that hole. Depending on what your item is, you're probably going to want a couple different things to attach them. So on hand, I always have zip ties or cable ties. You can buy these at the dollar store, Princess Auto, Canadian Tire. These ones came from a craft store because apparently you can do a lot of crafts with these.
Oh.
Who knew? I only use them for tagging. My kids like to play with them though. I have to keep them away from them. You might also want to tie things on with string depending on what it is. So I always have string and safety pins. A lot of these things you're going to end up pinning on with safety pins. You put the pin through the hole and pin it onto the item. This is why we punch a hole in our price tags. It's much easier and simpler if you do this in advance. You can sit down some night in front of the TV, cut up all the tags, put holes in all of them. Then it's going to be an easy decision once you're tagging things which one of these items you're going to want. You're also, of course, going to want something to write on the tags. So I always have at least one pen and one marker. I sometimes like to highlight things for myself. There's always a highlighter.
You're so
in my
organized.
bin. My seller's bin is organized. Not all the rest of my house is, but my seller's bin is organized. You're going to want bags of different sizes. I only have small ones in my kit right now. Sometimes these are really good, even just for holding things like the zip ties. But if you had maybe a few little action figures or something, they might end up in a bag together like this. Large bags are also very handy to have on hand. And I think that is everything that is in my seller's kit.
Probably some packing tape.
My packing tape
It's not there.
is not there because Carrie took it.
Sorry.
So you will see the packing tape in action in another video when we actually show you how to tag some different items so you know what we're talking about. But yes, basically, if you have all of these things together and you can keep them together in one spot, it's going to make your tagging much quicker because that is the biggest part of the process with being a seller for Grapevine is the amount of time you sit at home and tag your items. Right. The more organized you can be, the more fun you're going to have doing it. And if each time you're going, right, oh yeah, I need a price, oh, I need that tape, you're going to lose a lot of time. You want to have everything together with your items so that when you're ready, you can just sit down and do as much as possible.
So, any other tips for sellers?
The other tips would be to print blank tags, which we're going to walk you through the process so that you've just got your price tags with the amount on them. You have several of those in several different price points. And to keep everything in one area if you can. If you have a tagging room, some people have a spare bedroom that for a couple weeks leading up to the sale, they will call it their tagging room. And they'll have a flat surface where they can lay things out, a closet where they can hang things up once they're tagged, and be able to keep their kit all in one spot. Some people aren't so lucky to have a spare room. Some of us take over our master bathroom and do it. Wherever you can find a spot, it's going to be helpful. And again, yes, if you have some Rubbermaid tins, the big 65-liter bins, those are very handy.
Right. Perfect. Okay, we'll see you at our next video. We're going to talk about how you make those fancy price tags.